Happy Independence Day. Buenos dias. Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to talk about the video that we just watched when Moors ruled in Europe. Moors ruled in Europe in the Iberian Peninsula, which of course is the modern day Spain and Portugal, on a period of time from 711 AD to 1492 AD. That was some 781 years, and just to give you some perspective, that was 3¼ times the entire history of the United States of America. The Moors were a culture that encouraged learning. They had visionary leadership and were able to generate an economic surplus due to great agricultural production, which really are very common contributors to great societies all through history. This particular culture was an Islamic culture that we said encouraged learning. It is said that the Prophet Muhammad was told by an angel to read. And so he read, he encouraged reading. The Muslims encouraged the education of all, not of just the elite. And they had a strong interest and appreciation of and a development of astronomy and mathematics. One of their greatest contributions is, of course, of the Arabic numerals, which, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those numerals are what we call Arabic numerals that we use today, which is a much better system to do mathematics than, say, using Roman numerals to try to do multiplication and division and likewise. So when we look at the evidence in present-day Spain of the Moors, you will see that largely in architecture. They built a splendid mosque in Granada called the Alhambra, and what's evident there is a utilization of geometric forms based on the relationship between the diagonal and the side of a square. And so we see that there, and of course architectural works remain, because if they're done in durable materials such as stone, they'll remain thousands and thousands of years. So you can continue to see the remnants of the culture in architecture. When you look at the historical contributions of the Moors, it's largely really in the field of education. As the Moorish kingdom began to decline, people from other parts of Europe would come into that area, and among those people were some people from modern day England. They came and began to observe and study and bring information back from the universities there in Toledo and Al-Andalus. Al-Andalus is what they called Spain. That's what the Moors word for Spain was. And these people came down to Toledo and went back to England and founded a university in a place called Oxford. Amen. So when we look also at the influences on the Spanish culture, what you have to keep in mind is that the Christians in Spain worked very, very hard to erase evidence of the Moors culture. And so probably the actual act of their erasing the culture is probably maybe the longest standing influence, because their act of erasing the culture is what we call the Spanish Inquisitions, which was basically, as it was described in the movie, an ethnic cleansing that the Christians perpetrated against the Muslims, and that act actually remains, they say, in the culture of the Spanish people, that this culture of Inquisition kind of remains to this day, this mindset of suspicion and Inquisition kind of remains to this day. So I think with that, we've covered the major points that we were supposed to cover in our discussion. And the final note is that we really need to look at our own society and realize the value of education, the value of education for all, and realize that is really the key to bringing a society to move further ahead rather than a society that will find itself on decline. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.